So guys, there's an update regarding Verydarkman and Gwamnishu's situation, which, to be honest, I don't see how Verydarkman is in it, but he's the one who has been talking more about it and putting the story a lot forward in our faces. And as it turns out, Gwamnishu did in fact take 5.4 or 5.2 million naira out of the 20 million naira ransom that was supposed to be for the kidnappers to release the victims they had in captivity for the family. In our last video, we were wondering if he did it because he made a video saying he didn't. And now, after he has been taken into custody by the police, we are now hearing that he has confessed, admitted to taking the money, and the money was found in his hotel room. This is what we are hearing. Now, this doesn't look good at first sight. However, Harrison was given a chance to explain himself, and from what we are hearing, even though he has not come out to make a video directly, sources close to the story are now telling us that Harrison did have a good reason for taking the money. He mentioned that Harrison collected some of the money from the ransom money to put decoy or fake money underneath it, and those decoys are where he puts a chip, a tracking device, so that he would be able to track the kidnappers as to where the money is being taken to or where they are in the moment in time. That the only way he can do that is to find a way to get the chip into the bag of the ransom. And somehow for him to be able to do that, he would have to take some of the money out and put a decoy, some form of fake looking money, so that before they will get all the way to the bottom of the bag, he would have been able to track them with the technology device he has so much talked about. Now, he says that this is how he has been doing it for a while. So put in mind that this is not just coming up as a defense. This is something that he said that this is how they've been doing it all this while. In his credits, when he made that video declining that he took the money, he did mention that if he had to tell the whole story, it would jeopardize all the effort they've made so far. The money was not his problem. The fact that he took the money was because of the chip. And if he had to come out to explain it, it will ruin their operation. That is how they've been operating for a long time. And it makes sense because he has successfully caught so many kidnappers, rescued so many victims, and even recovered so many ransoms for family who had already paid for their victims. So this is something that he has done in the past. And the way he did it was to take some part of the money and replace it with fake money and track the device to where the ransom is being taken to. That is how he's able to know which part of the forest that these kidnappers usually are. And that is how he has been doing it. However, for this situation, it did not turn out well. And the family of the victims were upset when the kidnappers collected the money, told them to go back without the victim because the money that they had brought before for the woman they released was not complete. And that is how they knew that this new one for the man is also not complete, even though they did not count it. So basically, that was why Harrison did what he did. But here is the thing. This is what I think a lot of people are now wondering. People are saying that the amount of money he took to put that chip, that small chip, was too much. And that is why it is not believed that there was no intention for him to actually keep the money to himself. But here's another thing again. I don't know much about this chip. Not many people know about how this device works. This is a technology that he and his team developed. Another thing again is, I don't know if Verydarkman knows how the chip works. I don't know if the police know how these things work. So I don't know if we are in the position to say what amount of money needs to be removed for the chip to work. Some chip might need space because you cannot compress them with so many things around them. They need to be in a place where they could assess, I don't know, the atmosphere, just thinking out of my head. At the same time, he has a history, as people have come to say, that he has a history with money and being tricky with it and being, diabolical with it. And that is why they believe this one could be one of those instances. And it's unfortunate. Sometimes, no matter how much good you're doing, your past will always find a way to come back to you. And I think that is the situation with Harrison. He's doing a good job, but people still hold him to the standard of the things he has been associated with in the past as regards money. Another downside to this situation is the fact that now the kidnappers are watching the video. They now know the secret. They now know the trick. So it's bushed. The plan, his system, the way he has been operating has been casted. Kidnappers in the bush watching this video will now be looking at their money with one eye. In fact, by the time you bring the ransom, the first thing they want to do is find the chip and get rid of it. Because now they now know. They now know. Rescuing victims will be harder now. Finding the kidnappers will be a lot difficult. The bandits, it will be close to impossible for Harrison to even continue doing his job at this moment. It will be nearly impossible because his method has been casted, because somebody in the internet or people wants to hold him accountable for something that they know little of. Another thing again that I would say out of my own opinion is I feel like Harrison should have at least trusted the police he was working with the information. And maybe not the police, with the family, let them know that, see, now you've given me this ransom, this is what I will do. I will put this here so that we will track the money. So don't be alarmed, don't be bothered. And I think that is what he should have done. He should have at least let some of the people he's working with know his method. That way, when it casts like this, he has people to stand by him and people who are aware that, oh, this is the way to go. But the fact that he most likely did not share the method with the other third parties is what is making him being seen in a different light. It could also be as a result of the fact that it was people from his own squad that kind of routed him out, that kind of said that they were confused, that kind of said that maybe they themselves did not understand the full extent of this chip. And again, in his defense still, because this is just me thinking, there is a chance that he didn't tell anybody, because when it comes to a case of kidnapping, you don't know who you're dealing with. Whether you like it or not, if he had told members of the police force, somebody there could be working with the kidnappers. And whether you like it or not, if he had told the family of the victims, it could still be them. We've seen situations where police are involved in kidnapping with bandits. We've seen situations where family members are the one who are orchestrating other family members kidnapping. We've seen it. So let's not all pretend like we haven't. So I would understand it if he comes out and says the reason why he would not tell anybody about this is because he only trusts himself. He does not know who he's talking to. You can be talking to somebody from your squad and they are part of the people dealing with the kidnappers. There's always going to be a mole somewhere. This kidnapping business is so big with so much, see the amount of money that they're calling, 20 million, 30 million. It goes to show you that there are other people who will get a cut from this. It could be officers. It could be people in his team. It could be family members of the victims themselves. And that is why when you have a way to go about it, you keep it to yourself or limit the amount of people you tell. And that is why I think this is backfiring on him. There's a chance that he would have told somebody this, but who do you trust if you're really trying to do the Lord's work? Who do you trust? Who can you actually tell? I mean, funny enough, he said in the process, he made it clear that, they failed. That means the first time they went to release the woman, the money they paid, he put a chip in it. But somehow something happened to that chip and they failed in tracking where the kidnappers are. So in going to pay the second ransom, he tried it again, hoping it would work. And now it's bushed, it's messed up, it's gone. And we're all here trying to crucify him, lock him up, arrest him. The man is still in captivity. The kidnappers still have the man. The person we should be worried about is still there. The family of the victims are busy worrying about the money. And this is how you know why they're so worried about the 5 million naira. Like, you are angry that he took 5. I know 5 million is too much of a money, but if 5 million naira is so much of the problem, get another 5 million naira and give the kidnappers. But you people want to crucify Harrison so bad. It's almost as if somebody is gaining from the money in the family and they are mad that the 5 million naira was not part of it. Because this is not, the system of tracking and tracing people is usually this way. We see it in movies. In Hollywood movies, this is how it's done. I don't know if they take 5 million naira from ransom, though, to put a chip. I don't know. That part, I agree that 5 million is a lot to take out of the money for a ransom. So I don't know. This could be a mix of him trying to help the situation and him also trying to help himself. So that is what is happening right now. And from what I see, the case is bushed. His system has been casted. The kidnappers now know the trick. So these days, kidnappers will be wiser. It's bad for all of us. This is horrible for all of us. We are fucked up now because we've exposed the plan. And I don't think police, because the only way police usually track kidnappers is through phone calls. The tracking device that Harrison uses is the only one I heard is exclusive to him. And he has been helpful with the police. But now everyone knows it. And the kidnappers now know it. So, good luck. Good luck. You've succeeded in disgracing him, bringing him down, tarnishing his image. All right, now that you've done so, go and save the man from the bush. Go save him now. Keep all 5 million naira and go rescue him. Because at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, if you want to rescue your family member, you can get to rescue them. But if you want to find the kidnappers, it will cost. It's going to cost you to track down kidnappers. Nobody wants to eat their cake and have it. Because once you pay the kidnapper the ransom and they bring back your family, who told you they will not kidnap them again? And I think that's the thing. In the course of trying to find kidnappers, you might get to somebody got to suffer. And in this case, it was either the victim suffered or the 5 million naira suffered. And to be honest with you, it was better that 5 million naira left to give them more chances to track the victim. And now they've bushed it. Victim, you don't have. The rest of the money you still don't have because they took it. Your brother is still in captivity because you were angry over 5 million naira. You went to call Verydarkman. Now, Verydarkman, who claimed he was the one who called for the arrest. Now, they've arrested him. Are you all happy? He has been exposed. He has been disgraced. You have won. But, the kidnappers are the biggest winner here. Like, take it or not, the kidnappers. VDM did not win. The kidnappers won. They have won. They don't win. Like, kidnappers have won. So just put that in mind. The kidnappers have won. Good luck to future victims. Harrison, there's not much he can do now because the kidnappers bring the ransom. They'll get the chip out quickly. Good luck catching them. This is just a very bad situation. I feel really terrible that this is how it played out. I feel bad. Again, put in mind that this is what we are hearing. We've not heard directly from Harrison himself. So eventually he will make a video, hopefully when it comes out, if he's out. But let's just see how this goes and where he goes from here, given that his secret has been exposed.